I have another question now from a parent who wants to know, is there any difference from a processing or skills acquisition level for kids reading books on screens versus paper?
Mm. Well, Yvette and I, and the whole Rollins Center has had, we've had the pleasure of working with a professor from UCLA. She's head of dyslexia and some other departments. You may jump in, Yvette, but she's, I mean, renowned. Her name is Marianne Wolf, and she wrote a book called Read or Come Home, and we did a book study as a department with her book. And one of the things she said is that the processing, the way the brain processes is different. She said reading paper, a book, is a kid has more time for critical thinking, and they tend to do better with critical thinking. It's they read at a slower pace, so the processing is more in depth, rather than on a screen. She said on a screen, you know, it's for some reason the brain speeds up, and they just kind of like go through it. So she suggests that kids read paper books.
And we love her around here.
Yeah, she's
great.
wonderful. She's
I want to challenge us a little bit.
brilliant.
So I think I love all
It
different
depends on
researchers.
what you're reading, though.
Yes,
Like,
that's what
yeah,
I'm
like if you're reading for information, I'm on a screen because I like to go and it's quickly refer to something else or look for something else. But when I am reading a book, a novel, I do like paper. So it really resonated with me when she said that. So it just depends on your purpose for reading.
And I think too that I think it's a both
Generational.
yeah, but it might be a both and not an either.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you think about a traditional book, you have the concepts about print, you know, they know the front cover, back cover, spine, title, all these elements. But the way we're moving, I think of how I get my information. I don't get the newspaper delivered anymore. I'm swiping up on Apple News to see what's going on, you know? So I think if we equip children with the critical thinking skills and like, what do they call it? Metacognition. It's thinking about what you're thinking while you're thinking about it. And just being aware to be intentional at the time, they can apply that strategy to either text, because you can skim, like Cheryl said. I'm like, all right, what's the weather? You know, and all this stuff. Or you can really get in depth. But personally, now I prefer paper books. My whole bookshelf behind me is I can't do ebooks, but I get most of my information from Twitter, and that's the news to me. So, you know, concepts about print are different in digital formats. We in traditional books, we read from left to right and top to bottom, whereas concepts of print, they just know to scroll. They don't have to turn pages left to right. So I think we need to equip our children with the skills to be able to adapt to varying forms of text and textual features too.
Right.